So I wasn't gonna make a video about this when it first happened, when I first saw it happen, but I just decided that it's just so good. The story is just so good and it proves something so real that I had to do it.
Break the Twitch.
So I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on the backstory here because it's less important than the actual context of what happened later. But basically, Conor McGregor, this guy from the UFC, decided to go into the boxing ring, which is sort of a different skill set, different approach, to fight a guy named Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is a hugely successful boxer. His record was 49-0. That's 49-0. He had never been beaten, and he was basically willing to come out of retirement for this big fight with this guy named Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor lost. Floyd Mayweather won the fight, which was pretty much expected. Except both of the guys made a ton of money. Conor McGregor made like $100 million. Floyd Mayweather, on the other hand, made close to $300 million for that single fight. So Conor McGregor 4 years earlier, maybe 5 years earlier, was on food stamps. He was on public assistance, just completely broke, and he just started fighting, and he went from that to earning $100 million for a single event. He himself was quoted as saying,
"About to quadruple my net worth."
Quadruple his net worth. And so even though Conor McGregor lost, he still celebrated because obviously he won $100 million in that match. But what happened on his Instagram account during his celebrations is absolutely amazing, and it's the most important part of this story. It's where the lesson can be found. On September 7th, Conor posts this picture of him lighting up his cigar in this really interesting looking luxury jacket, I would assume, and he's celebrating big time. On September 10th, a few days later, he posts this picture of him on a jet ski, which is awesome, and he has his yacht in the background. Now, I'm guessing that he probably rented this yacht. The very next day, he posts this picture with his girlfriend, Dee Devlin, patting his stomach and saying, "You need to get yourself a wealth belly, kid. It's the new six-pack." So he's essentially saying, like, I am incredibly wealthy now, and I would say that is very accurate, having just made $100 million. And the very next day, he posted this picture of him standing on his yacht, looking at that. Now, that is Sailing Yacht A. It is the biggest sail-assisted private motor yacht in the world, owned by Russian billionaire Andrei Melnichenko. Melnichenko. It cost $350 million. Okay, so this thing rolls up on Conor McGregor's party, and there are all these pictures of him looking at this gigantic yacht. It's 470 feet long. The masts stand 330 feet high. For all intents and purposes, this is gigantic. The boat itself is almost 1/10 of a mile long, okay? So it's huge. And what is totally amazing about this is Conor's next post. That was a mad scene. I only posted Race to the Next Yacht 2 days ago, and then this one pulls right up out of my back garden. The biggest one of all. This is an eye-opening level of opulence to witness firsthand. To me, it is truly motivating. I'm starting to think I don't have a wealth belly just yet. I'm more just rich fat now. I must keep eating. I wonder if my lunch is ready. Now, here's the thing. For Conor McGregor, it is probably very motivating to see that. I don't doubt that him seeing this image, this amazing, crazy super yacht owned by a Russian billionaire, I don't doubt that seeing that is motivating for him and it keeps him grinding. I mean, over the last 4 years, he's built an amazing career and risen to the top of the ladder in MMA and his own sort of industry and his craft. That takes a lot of dedication, a lot of pain, a lot of just drive to do that. And you have to be motivated. So maybe it is money that motivates him. So I don't doubt that he's motivated by this particular experience. But what I find really, really interesting is the fact that from the span of 48 hours later, his perspective about his own wealth, his perspective about how successful he felt, completely shifted. That's kind of the point I wanted to drive home with this. Why I'm talking about an MMA fighter on Break the Twitch on an intentional living, minimalism, habits, and creativity channel. Because I think there's something for us all to learn here, for us all to question about what it is that will make us feel successful and when, and that we really can have our joy stolen from us if we choose to compare our own success to others. So we all get to choose. We all get to choose what that is for us, what it means. And probably the best thing we can do is then learn to let go of what that means to other people and hold on to a version of that for ourselves so we can find our own contentment in what we have now, as opposed to what we might have later.